According to Saint Tontas, Wuthering Waves has been getting reviewed bombed on Steam, and I admit, you caught me. Yes, I did send over some of my top Hoyo Shell agents to review bomb Wuthering Waves on Steam, and we have done so successfully. I've even go to the lengths to make sure that they play a significant amount of hours before they made some of the best hate reviews that are not really easy to dissect, and people will figure out that it's Hoyo Shell making these comments, but I can't pass Saint Tontas because of his high IQ and how intelligent he is to figure out that these are in fact Hoyo shells. All right, I'm gonna be serious now. No, no, no. Whatever is not getting review bombed. It's very simple to explain this. The world is very, very big, and Steam is not an area that is popular for, let's say, gacha related content, games that really stop you from playing from a while and you have to sit it down and then come back the next day. Yeah, Steam players are not like that. Steam players, they come on, they expect to play for hours and then they come off. So this game is not really catching for them. And this is another thing that people don't want to admit, but Wuthering Waves 1.0 story is trash. Absolutely trash. So obviously, when you have people that are not connected to the Hoyoverse area and they come into this game and expecting peak storytelling by people like Saint Tontas and Captain Cabinets and Gotcha Smack and Tectone, and they come in and they see some dog ass terrible storytelling that's all over the place, of course they're gonna complain. And what's worse, as I said, they're not used to these gotcha games. I'll give Genshin Impact a lot of credit for this thing. Genshin Impact did a really good job of easing people into, let's say, the gacha system. The reason why Genshin Impact is so successful is because, honestly to God, and I'm not being biased here, Genshin Impact 1.0 story is miles better than Wuthering Waves by far. By far. It is not even close. Wuthering Waves story is nothing close to what Genshin Impact story is. And if you think otherwise, you're smoking crack. And that's why Genshin Impact was able to capture people way better. You have to remember, Genshin Impact copied, I'll give you that. Genshin Impact copied Breath of the Wild, one of the best games out there at the time. So of course they did successfully. Wuthering Waves copied Genshin Impact, a 5-year-old game that is already, to be honest, coming from a Hoyo show, is very stale and we're just there for the lore, honestly. So nobody really wants another Genshin Impact, as many people may think they do. We don't. There are other gacha games out there that are doing completely different things that are far more interesting than basically a Genshin copy. And as I said, Hoyo CCs, Hoyo people, Hoyo shows are not concerned about Wuthering Waves right now. We are worried about what's happening in our game, with the shades, with the live stream coming up, with how much hype is going to be behind the lore of the game. We are more concerned about what is actually happening in our game than to be concerned to waste our time to go and play a trash game for 40 hours just to make a bad review and say that, oh, this game is bad. And I've seen some of the reviews and I actually agree with them. This storytelling from Wuthering Waves is basically a harem. The storytelling is ass. It's all over the place, as I said. It's poorly optimized, as I said. But the reason why these things aren't fixed is because people like Saint Tontas and others, instead of justifying that, yeah, these problems exist and they need to fix it, they push it under the rug. They tell Arcado Soda to get a better PC, instead of the game actually optimizing it better for players. And I'm going into another thing as well. Like, there's a reason why Genshin Impact has much more reach compared to Wuthering Waves. Wuthering Waves exclude themselves by making the graphics so high to begin with. You kind of see what I'm saying here? Well, Genshin Impact made sure that this game can run on pretty much anything to make sure that their audience is so wide that they get all the money. Two boats going out. You have one boat named Wuthering Waves and one boat named Genshin Impact. Wuthering Waves go out and use a small fishing net. And Genshin Impact go out and use a large fishing net. By logic, who do you think is gonna catch the most fish? It's gonna be Genshin Impact because they are catering to a wider audience. I hate to admit it, but Wuthering Waves is not a competition for Genshin Impact. It never is, and it never will be. There was a time when I hope it could have been it, but it dropped the ball. And recently, with the changes that they have made with their game and how poorly they have been doing with not giving people a free 5-star for their anniversary, while every other game is doing it, y'all just be eating shit in whatever ways, honestly, and it's still unfortunate. Keep overglazing your 2.4 story quest with overglazed cutscenes and overglazed storytelling, which is pretty ridiculous. Can't wait to see Flora fall in love with a rover. What a coincidence. I already know how 2.5 story is gonna be.